education here in the state of Texas has to be about improvement. It has to be about change for the better. It can't be about fixes anymore, quick fixes, taking a few Band-Aids out of the box. And it sure as hell can't be about teaching our kids how to take yet another standardized test. At some point, we better get serious about preparing kids for the lifetime of learning that they're going to need, the lifetime of learning that they will need to be competitive in the 21st century. And sure, we can have standardized tests, and that can be one measuring stick. But we also need to be looking at how many national merit scholars we're producing, what the graduation rate is, how many advanced placement courses are being offered. And we better start focusing on the dropout rate and quit lying about the dropout rate here in the state of Texas. We are losing. We are literally losing generations of young people, and we have a governor sitting over there encouraging people to stick their heads in the sand and just pretend. Just pretend it's not a problem at all. How can you be losing somewhere between 30 to 50% of young people here in the state of Texas and pretend that it's not a problem? This is unacceptable. We know what we need to do. We know that we need more vocational education programs. We know that we need more flexible scheduling so kids won't be forced to drop out of school if they have to go to work at an early age. We know the kind of intervention programs that work. The question is, are we going to have a governor who's willing to make a financial commitment to public school education here in the state of Texas? As a public school parent, as a parent of public school children, nothing could be more important to me. And Alice and I want our kids' lives to be richer and better than our own, just like all of you do. But we fear we're not going to be able to accomplish that through our public school system. And the bottom line, you talk to any expert, and what are they going to tell you? If you're going to be serious about improving public schools, you better have good principals and you better have good teachers. And that means we better get back to respecting teachers once again here in the state of Texas. And not just active teachers, but retired teachers also. If you don't respect those who have gone before, then you're not making it a more attractive profession. But certainly, when you're talking about making it a more attractive profession, we're going to have to pay teachers more. It's that simple. They have to be paid a more competitive wage. And I have an idea. People say, well, how can you get a $4,000 across-the-board pay raise? Well, right now, legislative pensions are tied to judicial salaries. I think we should tie those legislative pensions to teacher salaries and watch how serious they get about raising teacher pay here in the state of Texas. We have a chance to fight and win this new Texas revolution, my friends. We can have the best schools in the country within the next 10 years. We can get serious about curing disease with stem cell research. We can take care of the most vulnerable and certainly restore the cuts that were made to the Children's Health Insurance Program. It is time. It is time for Democrats and independents and even some of those angry Republicans to wake up and realize this is the best opportunity we have had since 1990 when Ann Richards was heading up our ticket. To take back the governor's office for the people. This Sunday we will gather on Congress Street and we will walk across the bridge in remembrance of Ann Richards, and I hope all of you can be there. Because during that memorial service just a few weeks ago, a lot of us were reminded of a different Texas. A Texas of not very long ago, but a very different Texas. A time when the Lone Star State had a leader who looked out and saw the face of Texas, saw the diversity that was part of our strength, and then worked so hard to create a place at the table for so many who had been denied that place for far too long. I think that any of us who seek to follow in her footsteps owe it to her legacy, to make sure to remember why she blazed the trails that she did. And I assure you, my friends, I will never forget, and my administration will reflect the state of Texas. And as somebody said, I think it was Glenn, nothing could honor her memory more than returning a Democrat to the governor's office. Let's wake up. There is no runoff. There are no second chances. Whoever gets the most votes on November 7th is going to the governor's office. We've seen the tracking polls. We're gaining every day. That's why Rick Perry is up on television attacking us every day. Let him attack. Let him try to seize the moral high ground, because that man couldn't even find the moral high ground with both hands. And in closing, let me share a saying. Gandhi said, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. We're in that third stage, my friends, and on November 7th we enter the final stage, the winning stage. And when I'm governor, Texas will be a better place to live, Texas will be a better place to work, and Texas will be a better place to raise our children. So help me God. Thank you for all you're doing to make this happen. Thanks for letting me come out.